What's up, YouTube? This is your girl, the dog. This is Lisa. Y'all come on in. Y'all share the live and share the love. And please come on in and get a video a thumbs up. If you all do not know who I am Dr. Lisa Knowing. I'm seeing and all knowing here on YouTube and the knowing on Facebook. When you see that red truck pull up, you know it's me, the knowing. Also, we're still selling sauces, seasonings. Y'all come on in. Share the live, share the love. Subscribe. It's free. And if you would like to enjoy more content from the Doc and T, please think about joining. Okay. I think I've introduced myself. Welcome, everyone. I want to talk about family dynamics that seems to happen. And a lot of different dynamics that are going on. And you don't know why families are doing it. Families are not being traditional families. Some people say it's because of mental illness. I don't know. But I know I read about a grandmother demands justice out in Las Vegas after they found the 2-year-old toddler in the dumpster. You know, there's some type of evil when you can harm a child and throw them in a dumpster. Some type of evil. It is. Both parents have been charged with M of their 2-year-old on June. This happened back in June the 6th. Of physical abuse that was visibly seen. The mother is having a hard time. You see her with her grandbaby. She loves her grandbaby. But the parents are charged with it. They said they had been abusing and beating that child. I would never know why someone would beat a child to death. One thing that we know about children, when something is wrong, if they're agitated, they're going to cry, they're going to whine. That's just children. That's what they're going to do. It's natural. If you don't have patience, you should think about before you have a child. You really should. If you all out here strung out on this, that, and the other, you should think about it. It affects your child. And when you get all geeked up and high up and everything else, and all this alcohol, it is going to affect your child. I don't care what nobody say. You got to be even careful carrying that child, hoping that nothing happens to the child. You got to be careful with the medicine you take, the things that you intake, as far as breathing and everything else, because it could affect the fetus when it's in the womb. But when you have a child, you know there's sacrifices to be made for children. And if that's not what you want, why have them? Why have them and do this? And now both are charged. Yeah. Because if he knew she was doing it, or vice versa, and didn't do nothing about it, you still accessory to the crime. Somebody got to pay for this. Because the baby is not alive. You know, it kind of makes me wonder, not alleging anything, but what happened to that little white Caucasian little girl that P. Diddy had adopted? That they were saying it was his daughter. Where's she at? Can't nobody find her, ain't nobody seeing it. But where is she at? What happens to these kids that fall through the cracks and you don't see them anymore? Most of the time they have been unalived. And a lot of the time at the hands of their parents or a family member. Even with sexual molestation, same thing. It's getting sad. It really, really is. It's sad out here. And the year just started and stuff just, materializing. In Florida, California. Those houses are burning down like they're nothing. People are losing everything. It's actually sad. And a guy, it was a community. Because you know when they had to start the equal housing and everything, where things had to be equal for blacks or whatever, if they could afford it. I can't think of the name of that community, but it was a historical black community that really is devastated down there now from these fires. Places that blacks couldn't buy houses, but then they brought up the equal housing. Excuse me, you all know what I'm saying. And it was an 81-year-old man, I think they was interviewing. He was like one of the first people to get in that community. He said he'll just build back. He had such a godly spirit about him. And when bad things happen, you know, you got to go to your higher power. Mine is the Lord. So, you know, if you know that your grandkids could possibly being injured or harmed, say something. Like people say, oh, they say if you see something, say something. You should. You should say something. If you see something, you ought to say something. I'll say that on any given day. Because if it was you and you was in that predicament, you'll want somebody to help you. Y'all, this is your girl, the knowing, the dog. It's Lisa. Y'all pray for California. Pray for everybody. But send a big special prayer of people who went to sleep and woke up the next morning to nothing but ashes. God be with them. Y'all, this is the knowing on Facebook and seeing it on Nora right here on this platform and T. And we're signing out on this Tuesday night. Y'all have a good night.